So, hi, hello, hi, hello, and hi, hello, and good Sunday morning to everyone present here. Our today's host, someone very special. She's an author, purpose coach, certified corporate trainer, storyteller, and a motivational speaker. Being an engineer graduate in electronics and communication, she has curated her career in the IT industry. Her wide and travel exposure created an avenue to understand the corporate culture over the globe, and that is her edge to become a trainer. She is the author of the best selling book, Positive Ripples, which has become an instant hit in the recent past that helped her to understand the mindset of the people and help them to achieve their best by creating more positive ripples in their lives. She is sharpening a student's creativity and their best by creating more positive ripples in their lives. She is sharpening the students' creativity and communication through creative writing, public speaking, and storytelling courses. Her life coaching programs have empowered women to take their personal and professional lives forward and be able to find financial freedom for them. She has created a community club called Peekaboo, a free club for children and which expands the reading skills of any child. She has conducted 50 plus batches through the virtual medium. She's an excellent storyteller and communicator, which makes her seminars and workshops very interactive, interesting, and useful to the participants. She has transformed 10,000 plus adults, students over 5 years. She's none other than Mrs. Mubin Irshad, the founder and the director of the Peekaboo. Let's give a lot applause and invite her. The stage is all yours, ma'am.
Good morning to all of you. Good morning to all the Peekaboo participants, the role players, anybody who has joined here. Good morning to all of you. Thank you so much for joining the session on time. And those who have joined today, irrespective of, I know it's a Sunday morning, it just feels like to sleep, right? To rest, to relax, to just take a little more time in the bed. But beyond all that, I know you've just come here to learn and grow. That's so much interesting. And thank you so much, Vainavi, for that absolute gorgeous introduction that you did. And I'm so grateful, glad that you did that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so my kind request to all of you, those who are here in the session, please switch on your video because we have told this multiple times with different hosts joining and also sharing with each one of you to be here with the video mode on. Some of you, I know you are doing that for your roles and then you go off to the video mode, non-video mode, and then sometimes you share during the session for your role, you just play it and go back to your non-video mode. So this is just quite happening in the session. And I believe that if you stay in the video throughout and also to see what's really happening, that's the way you can always be in the mode of interactive and powerful. So don't just go back to the audio mode, and those who are still in the audio mode thinking, and whenever my turn comes, I just jump in. I will still say that if you really aspire to become a leader, to do certain things in your life, it's obviously you need to be in the video mode, to be present, to create, to learn and grow. That's very important. Okay, so thank you for allowing me, for letting me to be part of the host for today's session. And what is the session's theme today? What was that? It's there on the poster. Can you tell me? What did we actually did in the theme? What was the theme that we had in the poster? For today's session.
Rags to riches.
Rags to riches story theme session is what I have written, or I have given that as a theme. And what do you mean by that, everybody? Rags to riches stories theme session means what? What is it?
It means when in terms of growth or money, we grow up with a really low. We started with something low, and we grow it, and we become rich in it.
Okay, so in terms of growth or money, so it's something which is so low.
About from poor to wealth, ma'am.
It's about, what is that, Vainavi?
Poor to wealth, suddenly.
Okay, some poor to becoming wealthy. That's what it is. Rags to riches means from poor to wealth. That's what it's become. That's what it is. Rags to riches mean. So when I say the word rags to riches, the theme, the word, when we say the phrase, what is actually coming in your mind when you think about this particular phrase? Poor to wealthy, or from growth and learning low to a much greater heights, like what Hansini is sharing, from money, low money, and growth to a richer one. All that comes in your mind. Apart from that, do you also feel anything that comes in your mind other than rags to riches when I say that phrase specifically? Anything else apart from this one just appears in your mind? Rags to riches. Anything else that comes in your mind? That's all?
Ma'am,
Yes, Amuda?
ma'am, like I have heard this saying somewhere, but I don't remember exactly
Mhm.
if it is a saying or something. But actually, it is like if a person gives something to another person, that means he is rich. And if the other person gets it from, like, he gets it from the other person, that means that he is like, if you give, you are rich. If you get, you are poor.
Mhm.
You don't
So
have
whenever you're giving something to others, the other person, the one that you gives becoming rich, the one who receives
No,
becomes
ma'am.
rich.
The
Ah.
one who give it, the one, like, if I'm giving one thing to my friend, then I'm rich, and the one who's getting it is poor, because they
Okay.
don't have it. That's why they get it.
They're getting it. So that's coming in your mind, Amuda. Got you. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so when thank you for the different perspectives. And other than this, rags to riches, when you hear this phrase, is there anybody coming in your mind? Is there any
Successful
personality?
people.
Is there any personality comes in your mind?
Ma'am, Sundar Pichai, Ronaldo.
Sundar Pichai, Ronaldo, and who else? Yes.
Sudha Murthy, Narayan Murthy.
Sudha Murthy, Narayan Murthy, all of them, they come in your mind. Okay, so when I say rags to riches, all these, they come in your mind. Great. I appreciate that. So one thing is all about, yes, we can talk about rags to riches means all those stories which people have become so low in life and how they become so big in life, that also we can talk about definitely. But many of the personalities or many of the celebrities that you have told right now, you all know about them, right? At least you know a little bit of that about them. So we are not going to really touch upon those celebrities, their people who have become from rags to riches. Instead, I would like to share one or two instances or stories about people whom I know from the community, from the place that I live in, from the families, from where I am associated as a coach and a trainer. Okay, so maybe we can see what else, what has made them these people of from rags to riches. I know a family, her name is Radha, and she belongs to a very poor family and belong to a small tiny village where no exposure of education, not much of money, there is not much of growth, nothing was there available in that time when she was learning, when she was starting to grow. And during that time, her father was so much interested in making her study, grow up well, and knowing the condition of the family, the way that family was going through because of less economy, less money, less kind of a privileges that she had. Radha was understanding the perspectives of the family, and she started studying well. And her grades were good. She studied in a good school, and when she really made up a good percentage in her 12th grade, none of the people in the village were thinking about during that time when she was studying. She wanted to become a doctor. So do you think that's possible for Radha to become a doctor where there was no exposure, there was very less money, the people were not educated? From that point, Radha is planning, thinking to become a doctor. Is it possible for Radha to become? How come it's possible?
Because she's thinking and she's implementing, ma'am.
Whatever she's thinking, she's implementing. Okay.
I don't think the community people would accept that, ma'am.
Community people only.
Sending a girl child from poor family becoming a doctor, they won't accept that.
Okay, so from poor family becoming a doctor won't accept. What do you think would be the obstacles for Radha at this point?
Actually, they sometimes some people in the village might tell, like, you're a village girl, why do you want to go? And you don't know how the outer world will be. And so something like that they will tell, ma'am. And
Okay,
people will discourage you telling that you're a village girl.
Okay, so people might discourage and might not let her to go in. Okay, so that's how the situation was. It was very, very long period of time, almost 40, 50 years before. So what you're saying is right. The community were not so much supportive, were not so encouraging. But as Netra was sharing, she had a vision. She had a goal that she has to learn. So when the daughter, right now you have a goal, for example, Netra or Vainavi or Pranavika, some desire you have. What will your family members do? I know the community is not so encouraging. The people are not very supportive. But how about your parents? What will they do?
They would encourage us, ma'am.
Either your father or mother, would they encourage?
Or they would help us to achieve our goal.
Okay, so they would help you to achieve.
And they will try to fulfill everything that is required, the college and everything. They will try to fulfill our requirements and they will encourage us to achieve the certain goals.
Okay, they will try to encourage you. They will make you that somehow my child has to become best. So Radha's father was no different. Even though the community, the surrounding were not so supportive and encouraging, her father was so much saying that even though I know our situation is not so good, I'll make sure that you are going to become a doctor. And so he spent all his earnings, the amount that he had, everything to spend on Radha. And after 4 to 5 years of time into the world of doctor, the college that she was in, she graduated and she became one of the finest doctors of the village at a very at a very low phase of the time where people were not exposed to those professions of doctor, engineer, and everything. So when Radha became a doctor to the whole village, how do you think the community would have reacted by this time?
Ma'am, the community, they are like a girl from our community becoming a doctor. So they will be very proud of her. They will encourage her. They will start overshowing their love.
So they will encourage. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes,
they will
ma'am.
encourage once again. They will start making her. So once she becomes a successful person, people will start.
Ma'am, and also like in the beginning, I told that they'll tell like you're a village girl, like this, that. And then now they'll be like, okay, you've come across all those obstacles. So they'll be astonished. Okay, so if she can do it, why can't our child do it? So they'll start to motivate their own children.
Okay.
And Radha would be a motivation to those children in her village.
Okay, so initially when the community was not so supportive and not so encouraging, but once she becomes successful after her father's encouragement, once she became a doctor, the community is all really good, jumping up and saying that, oh, that's Radha is such a wonderful person. She has become a doctor. We are so proud of her. It's nice. We love her and everything they started sharing. And that's how Radha's journey began from the village. And that's how the journey, and it's a real true story. Okay, let's see what happens next. But at this point, we have an agenda for Peekabook. Peekabook is a community club that we are intended to bring to make sure that every child gets an opportunity to read, to review, to speak, to communicate, to interact, to become creative. And that's why we are having this session of Peekabook every alternate Sundays. And in that, we have reviewers, we have evaluators, we have joke master, quiz master, and we have also included reciting genius this time, impromptu role creator, storyteller, word creator, and also vote of thanks. So at this juncture, do we have reviewers, Pranav and Sashwat amongst us? Can I see both the reviewers? Are they there, Pranav and Sashwat? Okay, so because they are not here at this point, anybody who is very interested in terms of reviewing a book that you are already having it in your mind, but you wanted to share. Is there anything that you would like to share? Anybody? I have a book that I feel like sharing and I just want an opportunity. Is there anybody? I know the assigned reviewers are not here today, but is there anybody other than them? I have the idea, I have the thought process I would like to share. Anyone would like to go ahead in terms of book reviewer? Okay, no one else. Thank you so much for that. So in that case, the evaluators won't be having much work here, Nasneen and Hansini, because you will not be able to go ahead with that. And the next one, so the role players list I'm looking at, I know Reciting Genius is a new role that we are planning to implement, incorporate from the upcoming session onwards. And today, this role is being taken by Amuda, who's so enthusiastic and excited to be a role player every other session. And I would like to welcome her to do the role play of Reciting Genius. And what can we expect from you, Amuda, as part of this role, Reciting Genius? Would you like to go ahead, proceed with this?
Yes, ma'am. So, அனைவருக்கும் காலை வணக்கம். நான் அமுதா. இன்று உங்களுக்கு நான் திருக்குறள் ஒன்றை கூறப்போகிறேன். ஏதில்லார் குற்றம் போல் தம் குற்றம் காண்கிற்பின் தீதுண்டோ மண்ணும் உயிருக்கு. பொருள்: பிறருடைய குற்றத்தை காண்பது போல தம்முடைய குற்றத்தையும் காண்பவருடைய வாழ்வில் துன்பம் இல்லை. English meaning: before we see other people's mistake, we should first see our mistake. Then in our life. Now, let me share some of the famous libraries in India and around the world. Famous libraries in India. The Asiatic Society of Mumbai, Maharashtra. It was established in 1804. It has close to 3,000 manuscripts, both of paper and palm. The society also has a collection of 13,000 maps and owns one of the original copies of the Dante's Divine Comedy. State Central Library, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. Began in 1829, Raja Swati Tirunal. The library houses a collection of rare books which are in the progress of being digitalized. Maulana Azad Library, Aligarh, Uttar Pradesh. Housed in the campus of the Aligarh Muslim University. This is the largest university library in Asia, with a collection of around 15 lakh books. The Kannimera Public Library, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. This is not only a national depository library, one of the 4 in India which receive a copy of all books, newspapers, and publications in the country, but also a depository library for the United Nations and one of Asia's largest. It was started in 1860. A braille library for the visually challenged, a periodicals hall, and an entire floor dedicated to Indian books are among its features. The Saraswati Mahal Library, Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu. Dating back to the 16th century, this ancient library is known for its collection of manuscripts, not just in Tamil and Sanskrit, but also in indigenous Indian languages. Important libraries in the world. The British Library, London, the UK. Among the largest libraries in the world, the UK's National Library contains close to 20 crore books, manuscripts, journals, newspapers, magazines, recordings, maps, prints, drawings, videos, scripts of plays, and more collected from across the world, dating back to the 13,000 BCE. The Rijksmuseum Research Library, Amsterdam, the Netherlands. With its focus on art, the Rijksmuseum Research Library is the largest art history research library in the Netherlands that is open to public. Its collection dates back to 1885 and comprises monographs, magazines, and art sales catalogs. Wren Library, Cambridge, the UK. Wren, the library is a part of the Trinity College, Cambridge, completed in 1695. It was among the earliest to use large windows to give readers enough light. The collection at Wren Library includes a copy of the first edition of Newton's Principia with the scientist's notes for the second edition. It also has Srinivasa Ramanujan's last notebooks and more. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amuda, for playing the role of reciting genius. The first one with sharing about Tirukkural. I know it's the first time we have been listening to Tamil. You also told a verse and also you explained in English, which is great. And also you talked about the top 10 libraries in the world. Is that so, Amuda?
Ma'am, famous libraries in India and around the world.
Okay, famous libraries in India and around the world. So in India, again, 2-3 libraries comes from Tamil Nadu, which is great and interesting. Nice to know that. Okay, so reciting genius is a role where you can talk about some of the things from Tirukkural, something interesting, something useful, something beneficial for the participants. It's up to you to choose, but it should be definitely useful for all the
Ma'am, I
participants.
have a doubt.
Yes, Rishita.
Ma'am, what is a Tirukkural?
Tirukkural is a 2-liner poem, which is always talking about life skills, moral values, and good things to be taught to the world. Anybody can get as much as life skill from Tirukkural, written by Thiruvalluvar, a poet which has existed thousands and thousands of years ago. So it is one of the good, great epic that we adore, admire in Tamil culture.
Okay, ma'am.
So that's something which she talks in Tamil and she has translated in English also. So that's nice. Whoever has an edge over Tamil, definitely you can use that also as the part of reciting genius. Thank you, Amuda, for the wonderful role that you played. Fantastic. And I know we were talking about Radha's journey first initially when the community wasn't helping her. And again, when she really became a doctor, the community was accepting her and saying that, oh, she has become of this. So once she completes the role of studying to become a doctor, what's the next thing to be done for Radha? What's the next phase in her life?
Join a job, ma'am.
Obviously, she needs to join a job. That's fine. She needs to join a job. And after that, what will the parents think about Radha? The next phase of her life. What's the next phase? You study well, you get a job. What's the next thing?
Your family.
To
Her family.
get into a family, right? To probably getting married. Can I say like that? Okay. So to make her into a family, to make her understand into the getting into a mode of family. So her parents were asking her to get married. And so they found a nice person and they got her married to this person and they became like a nice, good family. And the person was a veterinary doctor. So she has become a nice, good MBBS doctor, but her husband was a veterinarian. So both of them now, do you think it's a very good pair? Because both of them are doctors right now. Do you think they can journey together? The life is going to be good. What do we say? Is it a good phase
Yes,
of
ma'am.
life? Can they start life in a powerful mode?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think? Okay, because someone is into veterinarian and someone is into a normal, ordinary, the general doctor. So they are planning to start the journey together. They came to Chennai. They started their journey of one becoming a doctor, another one into veterinarian. So their life is going on. After a few years down the line, the veterinarian, the husband, is getting a job role or an offer to get placed in US, United States of America. So he's traveling to US. And at that time, Radha had to stay back in Chennai and she was continuing the practice. After 1 or 2 years, they realized that, Radha is always staying in Chennai and the husband is always staying in US. So what will they take a decision at this point?
Ma'am, either Radha has to go to America or he will come to Chennai.
Chennai. Okay. So most probably people won't prefer to come to Chennai. Being a veterinarian, how is the job opportunity here in terms of veterinary doctors? Is it more in US? Is it less? Is it more in
Ma'am,
India?
here
More in
It is
US,
more
ma'am.
in US because people there have a lot of pets.
Okay, so it's more in US, right? Thank you for sharing. So he's thinking that, oh, Radha, I have a lot of job offers here in US. I don't think so. I can come back to Chennai anytime. Do you mind coming to US? Okay, so he was just persuading, asking, requesting Radha to go back to US. So Radha is getting up, gearing up for that preparation mindset and thinking that, oh, I have to go back to US with the family. And she's thinking about getting prepped up for the visa, for the documents, for all the necessary things to go to US. Okay, that's the next phase of Radha getting into US. And let's see what happens next in their life journey. Okay. In the meantime, can I ask Vainavi to be the quiz master? I know you had got a wonderful introduction to introduce, and do you think though you can just take the role of a quiz master and ask everybody to wake up, get up, and also answer all your quiz
Yes,
questions?
ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes. So, hi, hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to take the role of the quiz master. Let's start with the first quiz. Which scientist was born the year Galileo died? Option A, Isaac Newton. Option B, John Dalton. Option C, Thomas Alva Edison.
Can I say?
Thomas Alva Edison.
Can I say?
Yeah.
It's Isaac Newton. It's Isaac Newton.
Yes, the answer is Isaac Newton. The next question. How many comets are there in the solar system? 1
Trillion.
million, 1 trillion, 1
1 billion.
billion.
1
Trillion.
billion.
Trillion.
The answer is 1 trillion. What ocean receives the most fresh water in rivers? Atlantic, Pacific, Indian.
Pacific.
Atlantic. Atlantic.
It's Atlantic. How many countries had signed in UNEP?
146.
Option A, 132. Option B, 146. Option C, 120.
146.
46.
But how many of you know what is UNEP? What's the full form of it?
United Nations.
Ma'am,
Yes. What is
United
UNEP?
Nations International.
Ma'am, it's United Nations.
United Nations, but what's EP?
Education Program.
United Nations Education Program. Is that so, Vainavi? Do you think it's right?
Ma'am, I don't think it's right, ma'am.
Okay, what is it then?
Ma'am, it is United Nations Environment Program.
Okay. Thank you, Rishita, for sharing.
Yes.
46. 146.
No, the answer is 120. Where is the longest highway tunnel of the world situated? Option A, Norway. Option B, Switzerland. Option C, Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Switzerland.
It's Norway.
Norway.
Which country is known as Hermit Kingdom? Option A, Scotland. Option B, Korea. Option C, Italy.
Scotland.
Scotland.
Scotland. Scotland.
Scotland.
It's option B, Korea. Why the computer fly never land on the computer?
Because there was a mouse.
Because he was afraid of the World Wide Web. Why the skeleton go to the party?
It was a Halloween party.
No. Why the skeleton not go to the party? It's not go to the party.
Bodiless.
Because he had nobody to go with him. How do you spell cow in 13 letters? It's COW, SEEODOUBLE and YOU. What creature is smarter than a talking parrot?
Human.
No. It's a spelling bee. Thank you.
Thank you, Vainavi. Let's give a round of applause to the quest master for making you all interestingly thinking through and making you share. Wonderful. Thank you, Vainavi,
Thank you, ma'am.
for the amazing collection of quests. Can we all give a good round of applause by switching on your audio and make it really visibly being heard? She can hear that applause. Thank you. Thank you, Vainavi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when we had a good round of the quiz that you all were making your brainstorm and just start sharing the answers. So at this point, we were talking about Radha planning to go to US, and that's a decision being made. So now Radha is flying back to US to make sure that she's joining along with her husband, who's a veterinarian, and starting to work along from US as a doctor. So is that possible for Radha to start working as a doctor from US as soon as she lands in US?
Ma'am, initially she would face little trouble. She would face struggles or troubles because she's new to that country. She needs to get adapted. So slowly, when the time changes, she might settle.
Okay.
And
That's-
also there is day and night difference there. So it will be hard to work. So if they tell her to work in the day, which is actually day for Chennai, but night for US, that means she has to do a night job.
Okay.
Ma'am,
So
it would
yeah.
be tough for communication, ma'am.
Okay. It would be?
Tough for communicating, ma'am.
Okay, because of the language. It's English and she has to learn.
Also because
And
of
also the climate.
to
because
communicate with the family in India, ma'am.
Okay, so those are all kind of very difficult for Radha to adapt. The environment, the language, the people, everything is new. I understand
Climate.
whatever you're sharing. Okay, about Radha, that's so difficult. Beyond all that, there is something very, very important is the MBBS that she has learned, the doctor degree that she has got from India is not going to be valid at all in US. How disappointed that would be. You see that? She was going from a very small town, from a small village where nobody was encouraging. The community was opposite to her. It was not so easy for Radha to become a doctor in the village. It took long years and father was supporting and she completed degree and she got married. At this point, when she came to US, she came to know that the degree, the learning that she did for 5 years in India is not going to be valid at all in US. So what she has to do? Why?
She has to stay at home, ma'am.
She has to stay at home. Okay, there is no point in that she can go for work immediately.
No,
in
she
US.
can, or she can just start her own small business by doing something. with
Okay,
what
she
has
can.
learned.
Yeah. So, but then as a doctor, can she continue? That's my question. Can she continue as a
cannot
doctor?
She
continue
can
her career
continue
as-
treating the neighbors if the neighbors are in problem and if the neighbors spread
No,
this
if the US
message.
government come to know about that, that's all, you will be in jail. Okay, it's
Oh.
very, very hard there. You cannot do anything of that sort without having a valid degree approved by the US government. You can't do that. So then
Or she can study this.
Yeah,
She can study the
that's
degree that is meant
very good.
wanted
So
for.
she has to study. right? There is no other option. She has to work. She has to study based on what the US government is validating as the doctor degree approved by the US government is what she's supposed to do. And that's what she's learning after landing there. But when you come to know about that, 5 years of learning that you did in India is not going to be valid at all in US. How do you feel? The disappointment is huge or okay? How do you feel?
Huge, ma'am. It feels heartbreaking.
Huge. Heartbreaking, my goodness.
Yes,
I
ma'am,
have
because
to-
5 years is not
Yes, that's
simple.
not enough. Simple, right? Here itself, it was so difficult job to become a doctor. Now, after going there, she's realizing, oh no, it's so invalid. And that was a difficult situation that she has to learn and approve and everything in US. And also during the same time, her husband, who has been like almost in a small job of being a veterinary doctor, that also goes off. He couldn't continue in the same place where he was working. So what happens to the family now? They come to know Radha's degree is not useful. And also Radha's husband, within a couple of months, she got in the US. He's also getting off from the job. He was not getting a good job. What happens to the family? Was it a good
Oh,
situation?
income for the
Economic
family.
condition of the family jobs, ma'am.
Is it a good state?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
It's a very, very,
A bad
what's a
state.
Bad state.
bad
ma'am.
state?
Heartbreaking.
What will happen to their thought process as such, the husband and wife? What do
They
you think?
won't be able to think anything, ma'am.
Think
They won't be
anything.
able to
Be able
continue
to
in
move
What are
on,
the
ma'am.
things that come in their mind at this point? Maybe few
Running
things.
off to
Now,
India,
how to
coming
take care
back
of
to
the food.
India,
Coming back to India, that's one
or do
point.
a small job over there.
Why did we even choose to come back to US? Why not we go back to India? Okay. And anything else?
Or do a small job there.
Do a small job there. Okay. And what else?
Or she could just, fly back to India and start a small clinic because both of them are doctors. They can have a veterinary clinic and,
Mm.
and a normal clinic.
Or both of them could start a clinic over in US itself.
No, both of them cannot start because she doesn't have a degree yet. Right? So all these thought process would come in their mind, but definitely it's a disappointing, difficult situation to start, right? To think through anything. And that's what they are in at this point, what to do next. So that's the situation in Radha's family as of now. Let's see what happened next afterwards. And at this point, let me call Sri Karthika to play the impromptu role of asking everybody to make them speak. I know she's so good at it. She played the role of joke master last time. She got the variety of the comprehensive language and the way that we use English in a very jovial mode. She got the clip in and we were all hooked too. So Sri Karthika, welcoming you to play the role of impromptu speaking master and ask everybody to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie. So, good morning, all. Today I'm going to play the role of impromptu curator. Ma'am, can you please let me share the screen?
Gave the permission.
Yes. So I have some topics here. You all can choose whatever topics you like. I'm giving you a chance to choose whatever topics you like. And
I think instead of choosing them, they choose the topic. I would suggest you can spin it. You get the point, whichever the topic that comes, you choose the person and give it. That's going to be fun and interesting rather than they choosing everything. So
okay.
you don't need to show them the topic. You can just show only the spin wheel. And if possible, I don't know whether you can let go of all the inputs on the right-hand side that I'm seeing as of now. But then you can spin the wheel. You can
Sri
find the topic.
Karthika,
You can choose the person. That's going to be interesting and useful as an impromptu.
Okay. So shall I spin the wheel?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. a day in your life. Rishita, can you speak about a day in your life?
Sure. So, good morning, everyone. There was a random day. Once I was not in a mood to go to school. I was not so happy as it was a boring day and half of the people were absent. And I couldn't stay at home either. So I thought I would go to school. Okay, then I went to school. It was a good time, but not a very good time, as half of the people were not there studying for the pre-midterm. So half the class was absent, and we had the freedom to sit anywhere. And half the classes, except the Hindi class, the Hindi teacher was so strict that she started, no matter how many children are there, I will start teaching. So she finished one Hindi poem. Then the other periods, we just did a quick revision, and we were there. And in the lunch break, I never expected that I would meet a person, a good friend whom I met in Webcure, but I met that person. Then he was going to basketball, but the basketball court was damaged, so he came to badminton. So I met him near my class, and we both had a good time. And then it was time for the next class. Then the next teacher came. It was a random, she just came in and she asked a random question. How are you people doing? What are you people planning to do in your life? She asked this question because even though there was a very less number of people, the noise our class made reached till the entrance. So we had to stand for almost the whole period. And then it was finally dispersal. The day was over.
Okay. Are you done, Rishita?
Yes, Sri Karthika.
Thank you, Rishita.
You can remove this inputs.
Yes. So thank you, Rishita. It was a very spontaneous speech. The speech was very free-flowing and it was very interesting. Thank you, Rishita. So now it's time to spin the wheel again.
Yeah, before spinning, you can take off a day in your life because already that's
Yes,
been
yes,
spoken. That's what she said, to take off, to remove that.
Yes, ma'am. So now let me spin the wheel. Friends are the best source of happiness. So Amuda, can you talk about this topic?
Yes. Yeah, sure. I would actually love to. So, friends are the best source of happiness. I really feel like that because recently, which is on Friday, what happened is in my school, we had test, we had our first exam. Then after that, we had a food fest. Like we don't need to bring any lunch with us. We get all the junky items, mojitos, things like that. There were a lot of stalls in our school ground. There was a huge amount of stalls, but we were only allowed to bring 200 and minimum 200. So we couldn't bring more than that. And I know it was a little heartbreaking actually because we thought we could get how much of money we like, we could buy everything, we could eat everything. And when our principal said that, we were like, okay, it's a part of our life, so we need to take it up. It just sometimes we get the opportunities. So then what happened is they said people don't who didn't bring lunch can go and have your lunch there, but sadly I got my lunch. So because they left the people for snacking only at another period, not in the lunch period. So So when they said friend, like when they said lunch, all my friends, we like a group of friends, we planned to go together, and the whole group of friends went to for lunch, and they were feeling so bad that they were going to be leaving me. In the snack time, I'll be alone. They were feeling so bad, and they said, "Oh no, I cannot leave you and go. And how can we leave you? All our friends are we are all going, but you will go. You are the only person who will go in the snack time." And then what happened is, I was like, "No problem, guys. You can go and come." And I just told them, "It's no problem. I'll be staying here. Don't worry. Just go enjoy and come back." And they came back, and I didn't eat my lunch. I think I ate. Yeah, I ate my lunch because I was so hungry. And then one of my old classmates came to my class to see me, and she asked, "Hey, are you going for snack time or are you going to lunch?" I said, "I'm not going to lunch. I'm going to snack." And she asked, "Did all your friends go? Like your friends in the new class?" And I said, "Yes, they all went." And she said, and she was also very astonished that, "Oh no, are you going to go alone at snack time?" And I said, "It's fine." And then, I'm kind of a girl who doesn't like to be alone all the time. I always like to share things with people. I always like to be around people. And so when like that, I was like, "Okay, fine. Should I really go, or should I just stay at class and and let the others go, and I can stay in the class? I don't need to have anything." But then all my school friends, which were the new friends, they all fought with ma'am. I mean, like they requested ma'am to send them to the carnival. Um, so they also came with me just because they wanted me to have something. But then I didn't leave that. They said, "We are not going to have anything." But in the last, they had a whole slice of pizza, they had mojito and everything. And now I asked them, so you ate everything, right? And they all were like, "Oh yeah." And they realized it after eating everything. So it was little funny, but it was very heart touching for me that my friends came. They actually requested ma'am very badly and came just for me to that Carnival Food Fest. So that's what friends give me happiness about. That made me very happy.
Okay, thank you, Amuda. That was instantaneous. You talked really well, and it was a good narration. You kept the thread alive. Thank you, Amuda. So I have removed friends are the best source of happiness. So now let me spin the wheel again.
Amuda, sorry, Sri Karthika, one small suggestion.
Yes.
Next time you spin the wheel, right, click on the hide choice option so that you don't have to always go to the input and clear it.
I didn't get you, Rishita.
So when you spin the wheel, there will be three options, right? Done, hide the choice, and the other one. So click on the hide choice so that you don't have to always go to the input again, clear it. Okay, you got it right?
Rishita. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So let me spin the wheel now. Does good grades matter? So everyone around us say that good grades matter. So what do you think? What is your opinion about that? Is anyone willing to talk on this topic?
Yeah, can you ask Pranavika to share?
Yes, ma'am. Pranavika, can you share?
Yeah, recently, last week I had an exam. I got good marks in everything, but in maths, I got less marks. My father said that no grades matter. If you understand the topic, you will get more marks in next exam. No grades matter. If you understand the topic, if you could understand this topic, if you can apply it in anywhere, you are good. No grades matter, my father said. Thank you.
Thank you, Pranavika. I agree with your opinion. Thank you for sharing your opinion. It was really good. So let me spin the wheel again.
One more is good enough, Sri Kartika. Let's close with that and call Giri
Yes.
Devisha for this one.
Things you like about school. So we go to school daily. What are the things you like about school? Is anyone willing?
Call Giri Devisha.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So the things which I like in school is mostly about friends, because they always they always support us, and if we get a free period or in any things in a free period or in lunch or in break, we don't get much time to go ahead with anything, but friends will always be with us, no? So if we want to do a homework, or if we can't understand any problems in maths or any topic in or in any topic in any subjects, friends will always help us to understand the question, and they teach us many things. So I like the most things in schools are fun difference.
Thank you, Giri Devisha. So even I like that in school. Thank you for sharing your opinion.
Thank you.
So thank you, everyone. You talked really well on the spot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sri Kartika, for conducting the role and using the spin wheel. You made sure that people are coming and sharing. And those who are going to take impromptu roles next time, definitely don't share all the topics. Let it be a spin wheel and let it spin. And on that spot, on the point, you call people. And most probably around 1 minute is the time that anyone can speak. Let it not extend beyond that 1 minute, so that we can provide opportunity for many others in the session. Okay, so when so before even you take the role and give it to the role players, to the participants, you say them speak for a minute. Okay, so that many of them would get an opportunity to speak, and we couldn't provide opportunity for a lot of them today. So we need to stick with the timing. Okay, thank you so much to all of you. So as of now, we were talking about Radha and her journey into the US. Right now, they are stuck. They are in a very bad poor state. We're saying many options. They can come back to India, continue back from India. And since they both were doctors, but as Amuda was sharing a little bit into, why don't they take any small, simpler job, stabilize themselves and keep moving forward? And that's what they did. As Radha was a doctor and her husband being a veterinarian, both of them took small jobs. Sometimes they worked in Burger King. Sometimes they have to mop the floor. Sometimes they have to take care of children like a daycare nanny. Sometimes they work as a receptionist in a small companies. They went ahead and asked for jobs in banks. Very, very small roles they were playing. Something which is completely different from the doctor profession they have learned. How do you think they will feel at this point, doing very small jobs, odd jobs, which is not at all relevant to them at this point?
Yes, ma'am. Actually,
They would feel
yes.
their life has totally wasted, ma'am.
Okay, there's
No, ma'am, they will
that.
be thinking that this is actually, if they think in a positive way, it will be like they are having another phase of their life, which
Okay,
is to
so-
show them that not
okay.
only doctorate can do.
Yeah, hold on, Amuda.
Ma'am.
Zakia, yeah, what's your opinion?
They will feel very bad about it.
They will feel very bad, I understand. Netra, what were you sharing?
They would be sad, ma'am,
They will be sad. Okay, I understand. So they will be sad, they will feel bad, as Zakia said. It's a very difficult situation. Do you think they will get enough money through the small odd jobs?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No. So it was difficult. And likewise, they had to continue for almost 10 years to doing small jobs, doing odd jobs, doing everything as much as they can. By the time Radha also started studying to become a doctor in US, by the time the veterinary and husband also was trying to find new jobs, they were not doing all the odd jobs every time, but struggling, sad, difficult, moving from one place to another place, so difficult for them. But almost after a journey and a hardship and difficult situation for almost 10 years, where are they right now? Where are they settled
In
right
US,
now?
no?
In
Ma'am,
US?
they might be in a higher position after
Well,
overcoming all these struggles.
yes. So they are settled in Virginia, and now she's a doctor, a very accomplished one, serving for US Army. And the veterinarian has a clinic on his own. Almost 3-4, I think a pool of doctors are serving in his clinic, and they are leading a very, very high enriching life as of now. So do you think all that what they have gone through in their life, is it all worth it?
Ma'am, the phase of life when they had to do all the odd jobs, they prepared themselves that they can do anything now. In spite studying medicine, they got that opportunity to take the role of everything and doing even any odd job. So,
Okay, so they
through
know
all
everything.
this,
I understand,
Yeah.
Rishita, what you're trying to. It's not only the doctor's profession they know, but they know a wider world. They have a broader experience. They felt anything they could do. Whatever
They have
challenges
come to a
inside.
lot,
Yes, a
they have
lot
come
of
to a lot of
choice.
struggles.
Yes,
So they
a
can
lot of
face any
struggles.
struggle to the future too.
Yes, any struggle, any challenges, they're always ready. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, can I ask Harshit to be a joke master to share a joke?
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
ready, Harshit?
Yes, ma'am.
Please do share.
Good morning, one and all present here. This is hilarious Harshit, here to take you to the world of jokes. Now, let's see a comics clip to start our day with joy and happiness.
Rishita, there
are
is
everyone
no,
able to hear this?
there's no audio.
Okay.
There's no audio, honey.
Now, ma'am?
No, we couldn't hear.
No, I think while sharing, we need to share with the computer.
Share the audio. You need to share the audio also.
No problem.
Guy in there. You need something.
Ma'am, now?
Yeah, we can hear. Just increase that screen size, honey.
Yeah, no.
Make the screen size bigger.
Done. He's on it.
I hope so. We are really fighting the clock and every minute counts. Wait. They're all sloths? You said this was going to be quick.
Well, are you saying that because he's a sloth, he can't be fast? I thought in Zootopia anyone could be anything. Flash, flash, 100-yard dash. Buddy, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too.
Hey, Flash, I'd love you to meet my friend. Darling, I've forgotten your name.
Officer Judy Hobbs, CPD, how are you?
I am doing just
Fine.
as well as I can be? What
Hang in there.
can I do
Well, I was hoping you could run a play.
for you
Well, I was hoping you could.
today?
Well, I was hoping you could run a play for us. We are in a really big hurry.
Sure. What's the plate
29T
number?
29THD03.
Two, 9,
THD03.
T,
HD03.
H,
D03.
D,
03.
0.
3.
Hey, Flash, want to hear a joke?
No!
Sure.
What do you call a three-humped camel?
I don't know. What?
Thank you, Harshit, for sharing that clip. I know it just goes on, but our time is just getting into almost the time that we are going to wrap up. Probably next time you can have a little more time on sharing the joke master. But thank you so much, Harshit, for bringing that clip on. It just brought a smile in our face. Thank you, Harshit. It's just wonderful. And that's made me feel like, oh, I must see that clip once again. Okay. Take care for sharing. Yes, Rishita. You are in mute mode. You're speaking, but I couldn't hear.
Yeah, ma'am, I was speaking to my mom.
Okay, no problem. So that's what all about. I know Peekaboo Netra is a storyteller today, but not sure whether we have the time because the next session starts by 11:10 or so. So they will open the session quickly. Before that, what I would wanted to ask all of you is that I know in the initial beginning when we talked about rags to riches means Hansini was sharing that it should be about growth or it's money, it's all that what we want from low level to higher level is what rags to riches. So in that case, if I ask you a question, what is that rags kind of a quality that you have, you wanted to change so that you become rich when you grow big? Can you share it in the chat box? I have a quality, which is procrastination. I have a quality, distraction. I have a quality that's being lazy and dull. I have a quality, I don't sure that I'm committed. So I'm not consistent. It could be anything. What is that one quality that you feel? I think it's in the rag state as of now. But if I change that, I will be into a richer person in the future. So what is that rags quality that you have, you wanted to change it as quick as possible? Share it in the chat box, please. Everybody. What is that one quality that you would like to change at this point so that you become a richer version in terms of growth, in terms of money, in terms of behavior, in terms of studies, everything? What is that one quality that you have in the rags mode? Quickly share. Quickly. Share. Everybody has a quality which is not appropriate, which has something to change. We cannot say, I'm a perfect human being. Everything is appropriate. I'm just good enough. No, we cannot say that. We all have something that we need to change. Yes, it could be distraction. It could be imperfection. It could be laziness. All that, what we have. If we can able to get rid of that, like how Radha and her husband has gone through all the challenges, and now what they have accomplished and also staying in US, such a richer personality, and now she's also serving the US government. Likewise, you know that you can all go into the richer mode once again. So thank you so much to all of you to being part of the session. And Rishita, can you please say the vote of thanks before we next go into the next session? Next session in the sense somebody will be grabbing up the next session quickly.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Vainavi, for your wonderful introduction about Mubin ma'am. Mubin ma'am, thank you so much. You have done a great job. I love the way you spoke, and the story was very interesting. Like when you gave the pause, it was like climax, like what would happen next. God, okay. So thank you, Vainavi, again for the quiz. Thank you, Amuda, for sharing the knowledge with us. And thank you, Harshit, and thank you everyone present here. If anyone would like to take their roles, kindly message in the chat box the role name and what you would like to take and your phone number. Thank you so much.
Yes, we have the next role players. Next session will be on, when is the next day that we will have the session? It's on 30th July.
30th July, ma'am.
30th July, we'll have the session. So we have book reviewers, we have evaluators, we have quiz master, storyteller, word creator, vote of thanks, everything. Whatever role that you are interested in, please message Rishita. Rishita, just pass on the number. Priya, just pass on your number, so that anybody can able to share what they wanted to role, what they wanted to play the role in the next session. Even Zakia, Pranaviga, all those who have not played any roles today, Nasneen, please do share your role play, what you want to do. Sarvesh, Hanan, Giri Devisha, Karthik, all of you, I know you did not do any role as such, but if you can freeze your roles by today, it will be great, so that you will be able to take on the roles next time. Netra, probably you can take the role of reviewer next time. Storyteller is possible only for those who have completed the storytelling sessions. Public speaking workshops and everything. So you can take the role of reviewer, Netra.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so reviewer, Netra could be part of reviewer, book reviewer, and the others could share. Giri Devisha or all of you, just share your inputs.